All right. So the challenge is to place a layer on a wick. That's the challenge.
Yeah. How do you feel about this? Do you feel it's going to go up or?
Oh, no. This is you. You are teaching. You're the teacher here on the challenge. How are you going to accomplish the challenge? Show us how you do it.
Okay. And
then we'll do a recap. We'll do a recap. And as I'm watching, I'll be like, okay, then we'll go through and recap and we'll learn from our recap.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Normally I would back out and see kind of what's been doing for the last several hours. Mm-hmm. London had a big rally and now it's really been in a range for the past 7 hours or more. Now it's in the middle, so you can kind of go either way. So what's the teaching goal here? What do you want me to?
The challenge is to place a layer on a wick.
Place a layer on a wick.
Yep.
So when it pops up or down, just. Okay.
That's the challenge, and to be profitable, not just to place a layer.
All right.
Because this whole market today has been very wicky. Wicky.
All right, no problem.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna let my dog out real fast. So.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's far out.
I'm like, you're not talking.
Okay. Bingo.
This is the challenge.
I just won $1 right there. You watched it happen live.
Oh, did you just complete the challenge without? I didn't even see it. It doesn't count.
I was just shooting little onesies, so it was like a quarter.
Got it. That was a really good wick to do that on, though.
Yeah, just be patient and wait for it to happen. And maybe that's a good teaching thing. Is sometimes it's better to be patient, and then you get a better opportunity, and you score faster without the stress.
Okay, so that was really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's combine now the wick on a stall. So not necessarily a wick, and it has to become companion with, like what you were saying, the proper placement. Mm-hmm. So it has to be companion with an action point.
Okay.
So we're going to get to an action point. We'll see a stall, and we'll build a layer on the stall, which should turn into a wick. That makes sense?
Yeah. That's kind of what I did the first time too.
Okay.
I just saw it kind of zoom out, and I figured that's going to be a wick by the time the candle finishes. I gotcha.
And talk us through it. That's the next part. You got to talk us through it.
Okay.
That's honestly probably more difficult.
No, that's good. Just better to be a little bit patient and wait for the nice opportunity, because then you get what you want faster and easier. If you just wait for a little bit better setup, because it'll come within a minute or two if you're just patient.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and you notice too that since my take profit was set further out, I actually got much more than 2 pips. I got like 3.5 pips or so on those, I think. So that was kind of nice.
Got it. So you have a take profit of 10. What's the logic behind a 10 take profit? Just curious.
Well, you can set it to 0, and then there's just no green line at all. Or you can set it to 10, and then a green line pops up nice and far. And then if there's a breakout, you might get the 10, but most likely you're going to take it when it's like 5 or 8 or. Okay, the price cycle's about 20. So you set it at 10, that means that like you're setting to have a price cycle. You can set it further if you want, or you can set it to 100. And then there's just a green line on the screen that you can move with Magneto. It does almost the exact same thing as entering 0. but it just, how can I explain? You can enter 0 and there's no green line on the screen at all. You can enter 10 and there's a green line, but it's further away, and you can think about it, you can move it, you can nudge it around however you like, and take it when it gets to be whatever seems the most you're going to get out of it.
So you you just manually adjust that take profit line.
Yeah. Or usually I take it at less than 10. So
sure, but you're still managing when you take it.
Yeah, because if something moves 10 pips, you're probably going to take it, right? Yeah. That's the easy way to explain it. Is like, if it moves X number of pips, I would probably take it. Therefore, you can just set your take profit to that point. And if it like shoots and rockets in your direction, then you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. You get your 10 pips. I'm probably not too happy about that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I might buy in again here if it goes a little bit lower. Here we go. Probably will go lower. But let's see. Here we go. It's almost 11 o'clock, so it's not going to be super fast. Whichever way it goes, it's not going to rocket in that direction.
Sure. You do have, guess what did we, our price cycles, did they shrink a little bit? They sure did.
There we go. No. Nope. So if it goes down, I'll buy in again, but it looks like it's going to cycle up again. I'll zoom in a little bit just to see that a bit better. I usually stay really zoomed out because I think a lot about what it's been doing for the day, and
that's why I like having
stuff like that.
Personally, I like having a 1 and a 5. The 1's kind of zoomed in, the 5's out. And so that's why I like having the side by side for me. That's how I like having it set up. Because as a new trader, I would get sucked if I zoomed in so much that I'd only trade the information that was zoomed in. And then as you zoom out, you're like, oh, well, I shouldn't have done that. Right.
It's a matter of preference.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see.
Well, I don't like getting tunnel vision. Right. Let me put my dog back in.
Really likes to stay in this range here.
Yeah. So what is it doing right now, Doug? Like,
it's sticking to my gray line, like it's glued to it.
No, like the market.
The grander sense of the market. Well, there's kind of no news stories today. So there was a rally kind of after the London Open.
So if you were going to put a bias on, what's your bias right now?
To stay in this range. Just stay horizontal.
So are you looking for buys, looking for sells?
Buy low, sell high. You see the, and I mean serious. You see the dotted lines there, high and low.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'll back a little more. You see, it went through a big rally in early London,
right?
And that's marked by the vertical lines. And then since then, it's been mostly in this range of about 30 pips for the last several hours. So if it goes to the bottom of that range, it's time to maybe buy in. And if it goes to the top, it's time to enter sells. And if it breaks out, you just deal with that. Try one more time here. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You can trade, the first thing I look for is it in a range or is it trending? And if it's in a range, I'll trade it with the expectation it sticks in that range. And if it's on a trend, I'll try to judge if it feels like it's going to continue or if it's losing momentum. So you can decide if you want to choose to keep following it or look for that reversal.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's easy. It's in a range. And you can see it's closer to the bottom of that high and that low. It's closer to the bottom. That's why I'm entering buys. I'm just buying low, essentially. I'm buying the dips at this point.
Got it.
Fact. So far, so good. It wants to go down some more. And it could easily go down to the bottom of this. That. Yep. You can see what I'm saying. It can easily go down this far. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if it wants to go that low because it has 2 tests there.
Right.
And even previous support there. But the 4 patterns that I always look for is range, continuation, reversal, and spike. Because there's at least those 4. And it always fits into those 4 pretty easily. It always.
So just out of curiosity, Doug, when you trade, what's your daily trading goals that you feel comfortable hitting yourself, right?
Easy. I try to make at least 33% per hour, which is what Sean does on his guest trader sessions. He's trying to make it breaks down to about 1/3% within an hour. It sometimes takes
0.33.
Yeah.
You said 33%. I'm like,
no. No.
I'm like, you should be teaching. I try to get 33% every day.
No. If you can make 1/3% in an hour,
yeah.
You can park it in the chair for 3 hours, and if you can consistently mine and harvest 1/3% in an hour, then you can just do that 3 times. Any observations so far?
So you got 8 trades on. You're trading 0.01. Why?
Because I could easily go more, but I'm just shooting
$10,000
small in the demo for now.
So I'm legit curious why in a $10,000 account, why trade with 0.01s?
Oh, just for an example, if you want to think it up to 3, you can do that. Or 4 or 5 or 6. Depending on how many slots you choose to use, you can go up to any, in a 10,000 account, you could go up to 6 or 7 if you're using a limited number of slots.
So not this has nothing to do with you. This is everything to do with just other people. When I see people trading a $10,000 account at 0.01, my question is, are you doing that because you're not confident in the trades that you're placing? Because at 0.01, obviously you're not going to move any needle, right? You're not going to. And so, whenever I trade 0.01s, it's because I'm in a small account, or it's because I'm trying to just bank a lot of pips to win a challenge against Sean. But I never trade 0.01s because I try to. I don't want to take away anything from what you're doing, but I'm a firm believer in practice how you play. You know what I mean? And so if you trade 0.01s, great, that's fine, because you're saying now I'm going to put 50, 100 trades on or whatever. But if I'm only trading 0.01s in a demo account, but in a live account, I wouldn't, then you're not getting the correct practice in. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're saying I should be confident and go bigger?
I'm saying you should be confident and if you're not, then let's fix that. Does that make sense?
Right.
I'm not saying go bigger. I'm saying get confident. Does that make sense?
It does.
Focus on the confidence. And so for
me, you can make this up to 7 if you want to, step double the speed.
Well, I'm not telling you what to do. Okay. What I'm telling you is that when I see people trading with 0.01s, it's because they don't have confidence. And so if that's the true issue, then let's focus on that, because I'm not a believer in that. If you know that you can, if you're confident and you trade at 0.01s, then you're trading you're practicing not how you would trade. But if you trade that way, then I ask the question if it's a confidence issue. Does that make sense?
Right.
And again, it's not necessarily for you. It's more of a global comment, right?
Oh yeah, no, it makes perfect sense.
Because I don't trade with 0.01s unless I'm like in a small account, like less than 2,500. And then that warrants that, right?
Right.
Okay. So here's the move that I needed. Thank you. And if Cool was still here, he would love this move too.
Yeah. Okay. I know exactly what you're saying, because look, by doing that, I got 0.03% for all that.
Right. Exactly.
All that thinking and all that clicking,
and because of that move
and all those finger clicks, I got 0.03. Not bad, but
right. Because that move right there, I was able to get.
If I had picked it up to 7, I'd be looking at 0.2.
So because of that move right there, I did just get out because I hit my 1%. Right. So just waiting for that 1% move to hit that 1%. Now I'm done trading for the day. Sometimes it takes 20 minutes. Sometimes it takes 2 hours to trade to get that 1%. But that's for me, that's like my goal. But I would never have gotten there if I was trading 0.01s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So the easy way to explain is this number by my chart. It can be anywhere from like 0.01. It's like shooting a BB, like at a shooting gallery between. You can go up to 7 according to my system, and then I would have gotten 0.21% instead of 0.03. I would have gotten.
But your daily goal is to get to 0.3. Right?
So I would have been 2/3 the way to my goal in less than 7-8 minutes. Hourly goal within 15 minutes.